in peace. God save the King.
Sir Christopher Chope.
Mr Deputy Speaker, my constituents and I thank His Majesty the King for his words of comfort and reassurance following today's proclamation of accession as sovereign. And we also send His Majesty and the whole royal family our deepest condolences on the death of Her Majesty. The second Elizabethan age has received many references during these last day and a half of debate. Christchurch probably has more people than any other constituency who can remember the beginning of the second Elizabethan age in 1952. And I'm among those privileged to have lived throughout the Queen's 70-year reign. I first saw the Queen at her coronation in 1953 when my parents were invited to look at a friend's black and white television. I think it was also the first time I'd ever seen television. I've been lucky enough to have met Her Majesty on several occasions, first at an investiture in 1982 and on the last occasion at an investiture in 2018. But the meeting to which I wish to allude is that when I was asked by the Secretary of State for Transport to host the occasion when Her Majesty opened the QE2 bridge across the Thames, linking the two parts of the M25. As a junior minister, I was tremendously nervous, but Her Majesty put me at my ease. And we had a long private conversation about the bridge, its construction, its funding, and I can remember telling her and assuring her that the tolls would be lifted as soon as the bridge was paid for. And I'm pleased to say that Her Majesty kept her counsel on that. As we find today, the tolls are still there, and the bridge has been paid for several times over, and so on. But I remember that occasion distinctly. So also I remember the occasion when Her Majesty attended the 80th birthday party of Margaret Thatcher. And what was really moving was the way in which Her Majesty showed her support and encouragement to Margaret Thatcher on that occasion, because she herself wasn't in the best of health. And I think that was an example of the way in which Her Majesty rose to the occasion. And on that occasion, she wasn't doing something which is partly political, because I think Tony Blair was there as well. But her compassion showed through to all those of us who were privileged to be present. The Queen encapsulated and, Mr Deputy Speaker, in my view, exemplified all those qualities that make our nation the envy of the world and make us so proud to be British. And this second Elizabethan age, which has drawn to a close this week, is one which will be revered for centuries to come, and weren't we lucky to be part of it?
James Daly.
Thank you very much, Mr Deputy Speaker. The 22nd of October 1954 was a rainy, cold day in Bury, but thousands of people lined the streets, having waited for hours in the pouring rain. They'd done that to see the young Queen Elizabeth and the Duke of Edinburgh on their post-coronation trip to the northwest of England to see the great towns and the great cities of the north. And there is a wonderful Pathé video or Pathé film of the occasion, and one can feel coming down the ages the happiness